So good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon,
Today,
sir.
good afternoon. So today I will take you through what is called intellectual property rights. So if you see property as such that we typically know is something like, the books that each one of you possess, the pens and pencils you have. Then when you go into your house, the television, the mixie, grinder, chairs, tables, and probably the house itself. Then you'll have your father and your mother will have a vehicle, a cycle or a scooter or a car. Now these are all typically referred to as properties. And these properties have somebody owning it, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So whenever you see something that is physical, there is an ownership question that arises to all of us. If this car is so good, who owns this car? Oh, that car is, owned by somebody else. This pencil belongs to, Kritika. That pen belongs to Shanmugam, things like that. Now, what happens if you go beyond the properties, physical objects that exist, and you think of something like you have an Atal innovation class, and in this class, somebody comes up with an idea of converting the shell of a coconut into a soap holder. Now, typically, we don't know, we haven't seen we are so far until such time that this person has created it or made it. We have no idea, or the rest of us haven't thought of create or making a soap holder using the shell of a coconut. Now this is a new idea, and this idea also needs to be owned by somebody typically. Who is the owner of this idea? The person who generated this idea and who created the object using this idea. So the idea it also has somebody owning it. Now, therefore, this idea is something that is intellectual in nature because it is not an object, and this idea needs to have somebody who's the owner. So this
Ownership,
idea,
sir.
ownership. So this is what is called an intellectual property. The idea belongs to somebody. So tomorrow what will happen? Lot of people will observe Shanmugam and Kritika, who have prepared this soap holder using a coconut shell, and then they'll also go ahead and pluck coconuts, shave off the shell, clean it, and create this
The innovation
object.
will be repeated, sir.
The innovation will get repeated. But this innovation actually is somebody's innovation that we are all copying. So that innovation that is new, that belongs to somebody, is what is called intellectual property. Now, why do you think we need intellectual property and all that? Tell me.
Because to practice some innovation in our day-to-day life.
Okay. Then
To develop
what?
to develop the ideas and that what they innovated, which will be developed by someone. This will be we can make advanced about that innovation.
Okay. Now tell me one thing. Suppose you have an idea. Okay. You have an idea that that you can make soap holders from coconut shell.
Coconut shell.
Okay. Now you have this idea. You share it with somebody, and this person has a large coconut garden with lots of coconuts. He likes your idea, what he does is he quickly goes to his garden, he takes the old coconut shells, he processes them in his backyard, and the next day he's already got about 50 coconut shells converted into soap holders, and he's now selling it in the market. Now, if he didn't have this idea, would he be able to create these goods and sell it?
No.
Now, since he didn't have this idea, should he not share some portion of his profits with the person who generated this idea?
Yes.
Yes or no? Why should he share it?
Because the innovation of that one is someone's, so he should be shared some amount of money to them.
Just give to him.
Exactly. So this innovation is therefore the intellectual property of the person whose idea it was, and therefore anybody who makes use of this innovative idea should pay something to this person whose idea it was. Either the intellectual property and the rights of the person who generates the idea. Otherwise, it will become like he's basically robbing that idea from the other person, and he's converting it into a profitable business, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So that is what should not happen. Therefore, intellectual property rights allow the original idea to be rewarded, and it disallows indiscreet copying. That is what this it does. இப்போ வந்து we think of it, suppose think of this situation where somebody has a very good idea for a really fast aeroplane, and this idea is being discussed and the person who has this idea and a plan, he puts up slides, he has the formula, he has everything, and he explains the details to to somebody, to a lot of people who are in the audience. And in the audience there is one person from another country, a country that India is not very friendly with today. Now he takes this idea back to his country and he calls the government of that country, and they go ahead and they quickly develop it into a develop the super speed plane. That's not right, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So if the intellectual property right, so if the person in India has this idea and he has registered this idea, then what will happen is nobody in the world can copy it without permission. That is one of the permissions.
Sir, one doubt, sir.
Yes.
Sir, they copied from India only. Then how they know whether it's copied from us?
So that is why whenever you have a good idea, what we are expected to do is we are expected to go and register this idea with a lot of details, diagrams and things like that, and with a specific office which is called the patent office.
Oh.
Okay. When you for example, when you buy a scooter or a motorbike or a car, what happens? There is a number plate given to each car and scooter, no?
Yes, sir.
Two vehicles will not have the same number plate.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Same way. So where do you go and register it? You go to the road transport office or the RTO. So in Tiruchendur, there is an RTO. So if you buy a vehicle in Tiruchendur, you will go and register the vehicle there. I live in Bangalore. So if I buy a new bike or a car or a scooter, I'll go to the RTO in Bangalore and I will register it. Therefore, what happens? This object, which is a car or a scooter, has a unique registration number, and the registration number and the object is linked to the owner. There is one owner. Like how it happens for vehicles in the RTO office. For ideas, you should register them with a patent office.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so once you register it in the patent office, if somebody comes across uh, comes across a case where it has been copied, then you can make a complaint to the patent office. Then the patent office will go through the complaint, and if it is right, then they will call up the other person and say, listen, you have copied this idea, so you better acknowledge it. You say that this is the idea, it belongs to does not belong to you, and you should make a payment for the profits you get from it.
Okay.
So what will happen? What happens because of this is those who get good ideas will also.
No one can steal that ideas.
No one can steal that idea. So they will feel bold to share their
Expose.
ideas and and go ahead and register it with the patent office.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now,
Okay.
when you look at this patent office, you have a patent office for India. You have a patent office for every country, but there is also a global patent office. So it depends. So if you register with the patent office in India, then within India, nobody can copy. If you register it with a global patent office, then globally also nobody can copy. For example, let's take today's case. Today, what is the problem the world is facing? Tell me.
COVID-19.
COVID-19. So, what should you do? What is the government, all the countries, what are they focusing on now?
To invent the vaccine.
Invent a new vaccine. Now, suppose one company, only one pharmaceutical company gets the right formula to invent this new vaccine, then can other pharmaceutical companies. So let us take, for example, there is this something called Bharat Biotech, which is a company based out of Hyderabad in India.
Okay.
Now this company has found the formula that you should do in the lab and create that vaccine so that it can be injected in people and it will prevent corona or COVID-19. Now, if Bharat Biotech, therefore, is the intellectual property owner of this, this vaccine or this formula, formula of chemicals. Okay. Now, there are so many pharma companies in India and in the world. All of them will want to. All of them now. Bharat Biotech does not have the factory, a big factory to produce vaccine for say 100 billion people in India. So in there, the population of India is wait, I'll just finish this and you ask it out. Okay, the Bharat. So India's population is 136 crore people. Now Bharat Biotech should have such a huge factory that it should be able to manufacture at least 100.
They will share their formula and get profit from them.
Exactly. So what is happening here? Bharat Biotech is sharing its intellectual property with other companies and will say, okay, you also make it. For every time you sell the vaccine, 10 rupees you should give me or 20 rupees you should give me. Some contractual agreement
profit
for the profit. Okay. Very good. Very good. Yes, who was asking? Who had a doubt?
AMD-ஓடது 64 பிட்ங்கிறது. ஸோ அவங்க வந்து அதே மாதிரி பேட்டர்ன் வாங்கி வச்சுட்டாங்க. ஸோ இன்டெல் வந்து இவங்ககிட்ட அப்ரோச் பண்ணாங்க. இவங்க வந்து கொடுப்பாங்களா இல்லையான்னு தெரியாம ஒரு அப்ரோச்ல வந்து கேட்டாங்க. ஸோ கொடுக்க முடியுமா அப்படின்ட்டு. பிகாஸ் ஏஎம்டிக்கு வந்து இன்டெல் வந்து 32 பிட் ஆர்கிடெக்சர் வந்து கொடுக்கல. அதனால நம்மளுக்கு வந்து
Yeah, somebody had a doubt?
No, sir.
Nobody had a doubt. Okay. Good. Very good. So, fine. Let's go to the next slide, madam.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah. So suppose one of you writes a very nice story. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
It's
sir.
it's a new story.
Okay, sir.
It's a new story that you are writing. Okay. Now
Okay,
you
sir.
write this story, and
Okay,
there is
sir.
a story writing competition that you have in, let's say, in the state of Tamil Nadu, and each school has to send the best story. Now
Okay, sir.
the best story from the school is selected, and it goes for for a competition.
Okay, sir.
Now, in Tamil Nadu,
Okay,
at a
sir.
state level, again, our school wins the first prize. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Now, suppose somebody gets a copy of the story and quickly goes to the, to a publishing company and publishes the story either in a newspaper or in a magazine or something like that, and then puts their name.
They will be present.
They will be,
They will be punished.
so they should be punished, isn't it?
Yes,
The
sir.
money.
Or
Exactly.
otherwise, they will be giving some profit to them.
Yes, correct. So that is the thing. So therefore, so the idea is anything invention. It need not be only in science and technology. It can be in storytelling. It can be in a new poem you write. It can be a song that is written. It can be anything, or it can be in. If you look at pharma industry, it can be a specific formulation. Now, if you see in the pharma industry also, you have for generally, if we'll get this viral fever. So viral fever on that we take paracetamol tablet or Dolo 500, whatever, something we will take. Now they are both, their formula of the chemicals that are used to prepare the tablet are actually the same. So
Yes,
the
sir.
intellectual property is on that formula. So in some cases it is a formula. Now you have Maruti Suzuki car, Hyundai car, whatever, so many cars. The end of the day, they are all cars, but they have their own different properties, isn't it? Some will be petrol
Yes,
engine,
sir.
some will be diesel engine, some will go fast, some will not go fast. In some
Yes,
you
sir.
can, so now based on this, what each company will do is each company will go and create their own version, and that version is what they will say is unique to their car. And unique naka, it is something that it does not exist in products of that category. Okay.
Okay. Okay,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Sir, I have one doubt.
Please ask me.
Sir, if someone has one idea, it was stolen by someone and they created that and they added some amount of their own ideas and they created something, means how they will find?
Yeah, this is exactly the example I was giving in the pharma industry. இப்போ நீங்க வந்து ரெண்டு tablets எடுத்துக்கோங்க, Dolo 50 or 500, I don't know the number, Dolo and paracetamol. If you take these
Okay,
two,
sir.
there are the composition, the basic formula, the basic composition எடுத்துட்டீங்கன்னாக்க for Dolo and paracetamol is the same, but they make some additions, some changes to the product. In some cases you will have a tablet where you have to put it in your mouth and swallow it. In some
Yes.
cases you can chew and eat it. Okay.
Yes.
So these are two different versions. So while the chemical formula in the and the minerals composition is the same in both the tablets, one you have to swallow, one you can chew and eat. So அந்த மாதிரி differences வரலாம். அந்த மாதிரி differences இருந்தாலும், whoever is the originator of the basic
Mineral.
idea, the basic idea, which is that composition, they will have to be அவளோட permission எடுத்துக்கணும். or we have to pay them. That is the
Okay, sir.
idea of it. So that so such differences can come, but if you think of it, if let us say there are two, suppose the basic process is there and somebody has done something additional, that additional will not work without the basic process, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So the basic process தானே முக்கியமானது, அதுக்கு தானே இது பண்ணோம். So அதுக்கு
Yes,
நம்ம
sir.
கொடுத்து தான் ஆகணும்.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
now okay, so then for example, now what we will do is there are a few things that we'll need to understand in terms of some more details that we need to understand in terms of all this, in terms of this intellectual property rights. The first one is called a, we'll be talking about it, that we'll be talking about is what is called a patent. PATENT.
Sir, what is mean patent?
I'll come to that. So நீங்க வந்து இது பாத்தீங்கன்னாக்க, so if you see the slide that's being projected, there are 4 types. You have patent, you have trademarks, you have copyrights, and you have designs. Now we'll quickly see what each one of them means. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Patent அப்படின்னு வந்ததுனாக்க, it has to be associated with a new idea that generates a new product. So there has to be a product.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
It has to be a product.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now,
Okay, sir.
when you create the product, and you should demonstrate it at the patent office, and then the patent office will give you a patent registration and things like that. அப்படின்னாக்க, in this registration will be valid for 20 years for you. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And after, so in this 20 years, if somebody else wants to use your product or part of your product or whatever it is, they have to pay you a fee, which is called a license.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
So
sir.
அவளுக்கு நீங்க லைசன்ஸ் கொடுப்பீங்க, அவ வந்து
They
அந்த
have to
லைசன்ஸ்க்கு
pay profit.
உங்களுக்கு they will pay you a fee for it. It is not a profit. It is not from the profit. Whether they make profit or not, for using your product, they have to pay you a fee.
Okay, sir.
இப்போ நீங்க வந்து you are
Okay,
taking a
sir.
house, suppose you are taking a house for rent. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
you will pay monthly
Okay,
rental
sir.
for it. Okay. Every month you will pay some 1,000 rupees, something you will pay rent. Suppose for 15 days you take a vacation and from Tiruchendur you go on a tour to Ooty, Kodaikanal and all. Will you pay the rent or not?
Have to pay, sir.
You have to
Have
pay.
to.
Same way, so same way you have to pay the fee for whenever you get a license to use a patented product.
Okay, sir.
Okay, that is one. Second thing, suppose now let's take a case. There is one person who is working somewhere. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now
Okay,
that
sir.
person is working in a factory. He gets a monthly salary. He stays in a rented house and he pays the rent.
Okay, sir.
Now in the factory he earns 1,000 rupees a month and he pays a rent of 100 rupees a month for the room he is staying in. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now the house owner increases the rent from 100 to 120,
Okay, sir.
but his salary does not increase.
Yes.
Can this person tell the house owner, sir, my salary is not increased, I cannot pay you extra 20 rupees?
No.
No, you can't say.
You can't.
Because
say.
he should be there because he have no way to move.
No.
Exactly. So for using the house, there is a fee that the house owner has decided. So until last month it was 100. This month he has made it 120. So irrespective of the situation of the person who's staying in that room for rent, he has to pay that rental. அதே மாதிரி தான் patent. If you say I want a license for the patent, whether you use it or not, whether you make a profit or not, you have to pay the fee. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
இப்போ வந்து I'll ask you now. I'll ask you an example. Okay.
Yes,
Now
sir.
there is a person who somebody there a patient visits a doctor. Okay. And the doctor tells the patient, see, you should sleep for 9 hours every day. Typically humans sleep for 8 hours every day in the night. Okay. 6 to 8 hours. He tells the patient, you should sleep for 9 hours. Okay. And then you will get better. Now the patient listens to the doctor and goes and sleeps for 9 hours every day. In 10 days his disease is cured.
Okay, sir.
Now can the doctor apply for a patent saying, this is my new idea where I asked this patient to sleep for 9 hours every night, and he slept 9 hours for every night, and therefore his disease was cured. So I want to apply for a patent for it. Is it possible?
No. No.
Why? Why?
Because it's a common idea.
Okay, what is it? When can you make a patent, apply for a patent? If you have an idea and a product.
Because there is no product in this.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So that is what you should, that is what this slide also sort of explains. So
Yes,
method of treating a patient இருந்ததுனாக்கா இது பண்ண முடியாது.
Yes, sir. Because there is no product.
There is no product. Now let us say you are practicing some athletics for an athletics state level athletics event, long jump,
Okay,
high
sir.
jump, running and all. Now you have your physical instructor teacher who teaches you, who gives you practice. You run daily, you do some weights, you do yoga and all those things. Then the
Okay,
instructor gives you an idea. I mean, he
Tips.
comes up with an idea and he says, you know what, morning when you get up, don't drink milk, you drink one elanir, coconut, tender coconut.
Okay, sir.
And
okay.
all the children will drink daily one tender coconut and they do really well.
Okay, sir.
Now this idea that coconut water, tender coconut water can make children more energetic. Is it a patentable idea and product?
Yes, sir. Because
sir.
coconut is a product.
We can sell out.
Wait. Was the product coconut invented by this physical instructor?
No, but
Then
he has an idea about that now, sir.
no. The idea should lead to the invention of a product. You got it?
Yes, sir.
If the idea does not lead
okay, sir.
to the invention of a new product, then that idea and that product is not patentable.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
On the other hand, if the physical instructor, takes some coconut jaggery, he puts some pepper in it, then he does something and he cooks it and creates a new dish, and that actually they test it in the laboratory and they find it having lot of whatever proteins and carbohydrates and all that is required, then probably that cooked dish can be a patentable product.
Okay, sir.
Okay, va?
Okay, sir.
Yes,
Now you
sir.
get an idea of where you can apply, patents naka in
Yes,
it's a
sir.
new idea, and that new idea should generate a new product. Then only it is eligible for patent.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
And when a product gets patented for 20 years, anybody else who wants to use that product for whatever reason should ask for a license from the patent owner, and the patent owner will issue a license for a fee.
Sir, I have doubt, sir.
Yes.
Sir, when a new idea was given, we want to use after 20 years only, sir, with a license.
No, you can, if say, let's say you have a new idea and you created a new product. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now I want to use your product. You, in the year 2020, you registered this product as a patented product with the patent office. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now in 2021, I want to use this product. Now what I should do is I should write an application saying I would like to use this product which comes under patent number this and this thing.
They have
Please
to ask permission to them.
Yes, I have to ask permission. Then you will say okay. Neenga okay solrache, that's called you are giving me the license. Then I
Okay,
can
sir.
use your product. But
Yes.
for you, anybody, tomorrow somebody else comes. Let's say tomorrow Rajesh sir or Devi madam or somebody, they also want to use it. All of them will come and apply for a permission. You will give a
Permission?
license and they will use them, and they can use that also. This permission is allowed from 2020 to 2040. அந்த 20 வருஷம் உங்களுக்கு வந்து
Yes.
full rights இருக்கும்.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now you should
Okay,
go to
sir.
the so you should go to there is a website where you can apply for a patent. So there is a website
sir.
where you can apply, and நீங்க அதில் apply பண்ணீங்கன்னாக்கா just like any other application, they will ask for lots of documents and all that. You have to prepare these documents and you have to share it with them. And
Okay,
then
sir.
அந்த ரெஜிஸ்ட்ரேஷனுக்கு ஒரு fee கட்டணும். Every idea holder must pay a fee, and then
Okay,
it will be
sir.
examined or 2-3 மாசம் 6 மாசம் ஆகும், and then they will give you a patent.
Paid.
Okay.
Sir.
Okay, sir.
Sir,
Yes.
no doubt, sir. Sir, if we patent with an item for 20 years, and after 20 years also we want to use, that means we can want to apply the another patent and we can use it, sir.
No. After 20 years, that license and all does not exist. It becomes free for everybody.
Sir, I have a doubt.
sir.
Then this means somebody can wait for 20 years and they can be stealing that ideas now, sir.
Yes, after 20 years they can use it. It's not stealing then. It is it's available. So if you want to wait for 20 years and then do it for free, fine. If the market will wait, okay. அதுக்குள்ள வேற யாரான லைசன்ஸ் வாங்கி ஃபீ கட்டிட்டு அவங்க உங்களோட இத மாதிரி யூஸ் பண்ணிட்டாங்கனாக்கா they'll make money, no? Then you will not be able to. Isn't it? You understood, you didn't understand. Let's take a case. Let's say there are three, let's say Kritika has a patented product.
Yes,
Now
sir.
I am saying, I am now using that patented product. Let's say let's say it's a motor. Okay. Using
sir.
that motor, I want to make a fan.
Okay, sir.
You also have the same idea. You also want to use the motor and make a fan. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now I will say, why should I pay Kritika all this license fee and all? I'll wait for 20 years. அப்படின்னு நான் wait பண்றேன் வெச்சுங்களேன்.
Okay, sir.
But in the meanwhile, what you will
audible.
But in the meanwhile, what you will do is you will go to the patent office and say, see, I would like to use that product and can you give me a license? Then the office will say, yes, you have to pay the patent owner Kritika this much fee to use it. you'll pay that money and you'll start using it. Now I am going to wait for the patent of 20 years to elapse. In the 20 years, you would have manufactured more than 1,000 fans a month, sold it, and you would have made your profit. Kritika also will get the fee for using the product. You will also make profit. Only I'll be sitting thinking, 20 years wait pandren.
No, sir. If with that motor, they can be they can make something new now, sir. Not only fan, they can make something new. So they can wait for.
You can wait. You can wait. I mean, there is no harm in waiting. What I'm saying is, if you have an idea that comes to you 20 years later, you can wait for it and use it. No harm in it.
Oh.
But if you have an idea now, but you say you'll wait for 20 years, adukulla somebody else can get the same idea, pay the license fee, use it, and they can be
Patent.
Yes, they can take it forward. Then you will lose the idea and everything you'll lose.
Okay.
Okay. Now we'll go
Yes,
to
sir.
the next slide. In the next slide, if you see, so you have something called you have a car. Is the car an invention, patentable invention? Anybody wants to answer it?
Sir,
Sir, voice is breaking, sir.
Okay. Is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Okay. So what I'm asking you is car a patentable invention?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. No. First the car invented, that may be the portable invention. The remaining
correct. The first car da na solren. First car da na solren.
Yes, sir. That may be the portable invention.
Okay. First video game, is it a patentable invention?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
First alarm clock, is it a patentable invention?
yes, sir.
First cloud, is it a patentable invention?
No,
Why?
because it's a natural one.
Okay, very good. First fossil, is it a patentable invention?
No, sir.
No.
It will be available more than 100 years, sir. Later only they will be discovered that we can't invert that.
Okay. First mango tree, is it a patentable invention?
No, sir.
No,
that will
sir.
be that we can discover, but we can't invert that now, sir.
Invent. Very good. Very good. You guys are all very smart.
Thank
Good.
you, sir.
Now we will go to the madam. Shall we just go to the couple of slides later? There is something called trademark.
Okay, sir.
Trademark ponga.
8th standard எப்படி வரும்ல?
Page 17. Okay. Now we found out what is a patent. Okay, patent la irundhu இன்னொரு புதுசான இது என்னன்னாக்க trademark அப்படின்ட்டு. இப்போ
Okay, sir.
a car is an invention. We all agree. Car is an
Yes, sir.
invention. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now in a car, you have Hyundai car, you have Maruti car, you have Volkswagen car.
So
Yes,
many
sir.
cars.
So many cars are there.
It has many types.
It has many types. So you have Maruti car, the Maruti symbol, then that Maruti car belongs to the Maruti.
They will have a unique symbol for their products.
They'll have a unique symbol. They will have a unique name for it. They'll have something for it. So this is
They will be having a unique symbol, unique name, but the product is actually once will be invented and they will be portrayed in the
patent
portrayed.
office. Yes, correct, exactly. இப்போ நீங்க வந்து phone எடுத்துட்டீங்கன்னாக்க cell phone, you have iPhone, you have Samsung phone, you have Motorola phone. Basically they are all mobile
They
phones.
are all, yes, sir.
but
They are all once portrayed in portable office in once by once. They will be paying license and they will be using as a trademark.
exactly. So this is what is called a trademark. Okay. When you
Yes, sir.
trademark எடுத்துட்டீங்கன்னாக்கா trademark is typically a logo. Logo naka Hyundai and the H இருக்கும் பாருங்க. The car
Yes, sir. The logo.
that
Yes,
that is
sir.
a logo. Or Google's G is a logo.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. The G
So,
is the logo of Google.
yes. Okay. So that is how a logo is done. Okay. That is an example of a trademark. Another trademark can be, for example, you have Airtel, Vodafone, BSNL. What are these?
Yes, sir.
Mobile service
They are
providers.
company.
They are all service providers for mobile phones, no?
Yes, sir.
So அது இருக்கலாம், trademark அப்படி கூட இருக்கலாம். சிலது
Okay.
பாத்தீங்கன்னாக்க, this is a very good
Sir,
example.
I have a doubt, sir.
Ah,
Sir, whether
yes.
the trademark should be as a product or a solution, sir.
It can be anything, it can be.
Okay, sir.
See, for example, நீங்க வந்து mobile phone எடுத்துட்டீங்கன்னாக்க, mobile phone is a product. But
Yes, sir.
Airtel and what is that? Vodafone,
Idea.
BSNL, Idea, what are they? They are all solutions to talk, no?
Yes, sir.
Services, no?
Yes, sir.
So you have these other types of trademarks that you can have, okay?
Okay, sir.
In fact, a very important, very good example is this packaging. For example, Pepsi.
Yes, sir.
Pepsi was the actual company that came up with this trademark bottling, you know, which is otherwise previously everything was in a glass bottle. Pepsi was the first company to come up with this, you know, kind of a plastic.
Yes,
Ipo
sir.
nariya ella companies பண்றாங்க. But that is their
Yes, sir.
trademark actually.
Sir, I have another doubt, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ask me.
Sir, the Pepsi only first they used as a they used in plastic bottle now, sir. Now
Yes.
now the later generations were developed and many soft drink companies are also they are started to use plastic bottles. Whether
Yes.
they will give profit to them?
So yeah, so whenever you want to use this this trademark, you want, if some other company wants to use it, they have to pay for it.
Okay, sir.
Exactly like patent. It is exactly like patent. Patent is for a new idea and product.
On products.
Yes. So the first car was a patent. Now, based on, by looking at it, all companies want, many people who wanted to get into this car business, they wanted to manufacture cars. So
Yes,
they
sir.
took a license. They took a license of the patented product and started manufacturing cars. Then each car, when it got manufactured, they put trademark, logo.
Trademark, sir.
Suzuki,
Yes, sir.
Hyundai, Chevrolet, you know, whatever it is, Ambassador, Fiat, and the mari potunnaanga. So
Sir,
now,
I have another doubt also, sir.
ah,
How much years they have to pay? They pay profit to them, sir.
they have to pay a fee. Profit kadayadu. Like I said, they have to pay a fee.
No,
Remember
sir,
that-
not for a license. Sir, if they are using their ideas, we have to pay some profit to them now, sir. Then how much years they have to pay, sir?
So the licensing fee will be typically for every year of business. So 20 வருஷம் இருக்கும். So 20 years licensing. அது மாதிரி இருக்கும். So typically, so there will be a contractual agreement for it. So typically the person who built the product the first time, he will tell the
Oh, yes,
patent,
sir.
hey, listen, I need this, you know, I have to get it for 15 years. So there'll be a discussion with the patent office and then they will agree.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir.
Okay, good. So this is about
Thank you,
a
sir.
trademark. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So இப்போ வந்து trademarkல எப்படின்னாக்கா, one of the things is a name is also a trademark. For example, you say Chennai Super Kings. All of you watch cricket, IPL?
Yes, sir.
So what is the Chennai Super Kings or main
It
statement?
is a
Yes, sir.
team, sir.
It is illa adu correct da. In their advertisement, what is the most famous thing that you think of when you hear Chennai Super Kings?
Players, sir. Players.
Players and the Chennai team,
How they are playing, sir, in the match.
Okay. No. Ipo,
their logos.
okay, Chennai Super Kings is they have a logo. The logo kadila enna edirkom. Chennai Super Kings ku oru
Yes, sir.
Yeah, name.
Whistle powder. Yeah, isn't that the thing that you think for Chennai Super Kings?
Sir,
You
please
guys,
repeat the question, sir.
Chennai Super Kings ku oru periya whistle powder. You've heard that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that trademark of Chennai Super Kings is that logo with that lion and all, and this statement oru periya whistle powder. Now,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Kolkata Knight Riders cannot say KKR ku or periya whistle powder. It's a trademark
sir.
violation. Okay,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
fine. That is the thing about trademarks.
Trademark.
Okay, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
trademark எப்படின்னாக்க patent will expire after 10 years. Trademark can be renewed every 10 years. Patent will expire after 20 years.
Sir, voice break ஆகுது.
Sir, there are some
Is it okay
noise.
now?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
It is
sir.
okay now,
Even
sir.
I don't know, there was some buzzing noise. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So what I was saying was the patent will expire after 20 years
Yes, sir.
and you cannot renew the patent. But a trademark, you can renew the trademark when it expires. The trademark
Okay.
is usually valid for 10 years.
Sir, the renewal will be done who portrait person only, sir. அதாவது யார் இந்த portrait பண்ணாங்களோ அவங்க தான் renew பண்ணணுமா, sir?
ஆமா, ட்ரேட்மார்க் வந்து யார் இந்த எந்த கம்பெனிக்கு ஓன் பண்றதோ அவங்க தான் ரெனியூ பண்ணலாம். இப்போ
Sir,
சென்னை
I have a doubt, sir.
ஓகே, ஆஸ்க் மீ.
Sir, இப்போ வந்து renew பண்றவங்க இவங்க தான் renew பண்ணிருக்காங்க, how they will find, sir?
Because it will be ட்ரேட்மார்க்குக்கும் ஒரு ஆபீஸ் இருக்கும், பேட்டன்ட் ஆபீஸ் மாதிரி ட்ரேட்மார்க் ஆபீஸ் இருக்கும். அதுல வந்து போட்டிருப்பாங்க. இப்போ வந்து நீங்க வந்து ஸ்கூல்ல மந்த்லி ஃபீஸ் கட்டுறீங்க வச்சுக்கோங்களேன்.
Yes,
How
sir.
will the school administration know that somebody has not paid? So how will principal madam call me and tell me, Arun, you have not paid the fees for month of April? அப்படின்னு எப்படி தெரியும் உங்களுக்கு?
It will be registered.
The trademark society or trademark office also will register all these things.
Register all these things.
Okay.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir.
Now we'll. Yes.
So in trademark, they will have invent a thing and they will be trading in the market. No.
Trademark.
So for that,
No. Trademark is basically the
Discovery.
branding of the product. Brand பண்றது.
yes, sir.
அது ஸ்பெசிபிக்கா பிராண்ட் பண்றதுக்கு பேரு ட்ரேட்மார்க்னு பேரு.
Yes, sir. So then
Package.
why they want to have the expiry date for 10 years and all?
No, suppose you want, for example, let's say after 10 years, Chennai Super Kings does not want to play cricket and it wants to go into football or hockey.
Yes, sir.
Then they don't have to renew the trademark for cricket.
Yes,
No.
sir. Yes,
Number
sir.
one.
Yes,
Number
sir.
two.
Yes,
Number
sir.
two, let us say Chennai Super Kings and what is that? Delhi, Mumbai Indians. So let us say those two teams merge. ரெண்டு பேரும் ஒண்ணா ஆயிடுறாங்க வச்சுங்களேன். அப்போ trademark மாறும்ல?
Yes, sir.
The trademark will be changed.
Different.
The theme will be changed.
Yes, everything will change then. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So we've learned patent and trademark. The third important thing that we have to learn is what is called copyright. Copyright.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Copyright is applicable for all artworks and literary works like writing stories, writing poems, பாட்டு பாடுறது, painting பண்றது, or anything that is art and literary is linked to copyright.
Sir,
Okay,
it is
sir.
like a patent, no? Sir, it is like a patent, no?
It is like a patent only.
Sir, whether this also be registered in office?
Yes, it's copyright also the same for route will be followed. But what is it? See, for example, we said for patent you have to have a product. Suppose
Yes, sir.
you paint a beautiful this thing of say Mahatma Gandhi or Ambedkar. You do something new and you paint it. That painting வந்து இப்போ வேற யாரான அதை காப்பி பண்றாங்க இல்லன்னா ஜெராக்ஸ் எடுத்துக்கறாங்க இல்லன்னா போட்டோகிராஃப் எடுத்துக்கறாங்கனாக்கா they cannot use it because it is a work of art of yours.
Yes, sir.
அதுக்கு பேர் காப்பிரைட் பேர். The copyright.
Sir, I have a doubt. Whether we have to fee for that?
I'll come to that. I'll take you through the process. Okay, I'm just telling you what it is. So anything that is not a physical object, physical product will come under copyrights, and that is new.
Okay, sir.
So it can be painting, it can be music. Ipo A.R. Rahman, Ilayaraja are all music directors in film industry.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, if they will create a new music and song.
Yes, sir. They will create a new things by the song.
Suppose I copy it and I also may. So A.R. Rahman or Ilayaraja, if they make 1,000 rupees, now I make 500 rupees by copying it and doing something. I also think, Apo, is it not? Am I not stealing their idea because I don't have an original idea?
Yes, sir.
Second thing we were talking in the beginning. There is a story writing competition in the state. One of you from the school gets the first prize, but somebody else copies that and goes and publishes it in
newspaper.
Yes, sir. They will publish.
They will be punished.
They should be, because the copyright is yours. So like how the patent for a product is the inventor's,
Someone
copyright for who has created this is the owner of this thing. Okay.
The owner will be created. Someone will be copied that.
Yes. So copyright la ennannaka, in copyright for patent, how many years is the patent?
20 years, sir.
20 years. For trademark?
10 years.
10 years. For copyright, it is 60 years now.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yes.
Sir, while if somebody is copying others paint or art, anything, whether they will be paying some fees?
Yes. Exactly.
Sir.
So copyright, if you want to use somebody else's artwork, you have to pay a fee to use it.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
And for copyright also, you will have to go and file an application, and you have to register it with. You can do it online. There'll be a certain set of forms that will have to be submitted. The submit then then that copyright will be yours.
Okay, sir.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir. Sir, in copyright, after 60 years, one person can own the things or ideas, sir.
So let us say நீங்க ஒரு புதுசா ஒரு tune போடுறீங்க. Okay?
Okay, sir.
A very new tune in music you are composed. Now you go and register this tune. They will ask, can you please record it in MP3 format, MP4 format? ஏதோ கேட்பாங்க, அதெல்லாம் நீங்க இது பண்ணி now it is registered against your name. Now let's say tomorrow I want to create some, there is some competition, there is some music and dance festival event happening in the place I'm working. Now,
Okay, sir.
oh no,
Yes,
let's say
sir.
not working. Let's say that I have a band. I am also a musician. I perform. I sing. Then I have somebody who will play the drums and somebody who will play
Yes,
the
sir.
guitar.
Okay, sir.
Now I want to make use of this piece of music that you have created.
Yes, sir.
When I use your piece of music, I have to obtain permission and I have to pay you a copyright fee.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Illanaka, if I don't do that, then you can file a case in the court, and
Yes,
then
sir.
I will be pulled up in the court.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Okay.
I have a doubt, sir.
Please.
If somebody is writing a poem and they have set a tune for that, after our future generations are seeing that, and they have changed the tune and they registered, means whether it will be available.
Yes, sir.
See, that is what. So in the copyright office, there will be experts who will say whether this change is actually big enough for it to be different.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
See, suppose you write a poem. Okay, நீங்க வந்து ஒரு திருக்குறள் மாதிரி ஒரு poem எழுதுறீங்க, 4 வரி எழுதுறீங்க நீங்க. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Now, using the same, create a new version. Then
Copyright.
I will take it. Then the experts will say, no. See, the meaning of that, the original verse and your verse is the same. You are using almost similar this. So no, this is not acceptable. Abhimbanga.
Okay, sir.
Take another example. Let us say you write an essay about something. You write a story.
Okay, sir.
You are writing about the environment in Tiruchendur, rain, அது இதெல்லாம் ரொம்ப பியூட்டிஃபுல்லா நீங்க எழுதிருக்கீங்க.
Okay, sir.
For what you have written, suppose I find it and I take a copy of it and I just change some words here and there. சும்மா இங்க ரொம்ப ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பேராக்கு பதிலா நான் ஃபோர்த் பேரா போட்டு அது மாதிரி சும்மா நான் மாடிஃபை பண்ணி இந்த மாதிரி மாடிஃபை பண்ணி நான் the copyright will
modify the poem.
The copyright office will call me up and say,
You are copied from them. Sir, your mic is in mute, sir.
Unmute. Okay. So this is
Yes,
about
sir.
copyright.
Okay.
So this is in intellectual property rights la you have 3 broad things that you have to look at. Inventing a new product, it's a patent. You file for a patent, then you get the patent. The patent is available to you, exclusively to you, for 20 years. If somebody else wants to use your product, they can license the patent for a fee.
Yes, sir.
The next one is trademark.
Trademark
is the individual brand and characteristic of the product built by a company.
Yes, sir.
It can be the logo, it can be the bottom line,
solution of some product,
anything, a service, anything it can be.
Okay. And it will be used for 10 years.
10 years. And it can be renewed after 10 years.
Renewed after 10 years.
Patents, you cannot be renewed.
Okay, sir.
Copyright is for what types of things?
Art, poem, essay.
Literature and art. Literature and art. And art can mean music, dance, sculpting, painting, and literature means, literary work means writing poems, writing stories, essay, whatever, anything can be. Copyright is for how many years?
60 years.
60 years. So when you want to make use of somebody else's artwork or literary work, you have to obtain copyright permissions to do it.
Okay.
Okay, thing that I wanted to talk to you about was, it's called design. Design na enna solunga? Just think of what it can be.
Something can be modeled.
Model, very good.
Or something which can be different from other products.
Design.
Somewhat different from that.
What is
Something
it?
which makes some difference in difference from other products.
Okay, I'll ask you one question. Okay, I'll ask you one question.
Yes, sir.
You have Maruti Suzuki Alto car.
Okay, sir.
Yeah? Then
Yes,
you
sir.
have Maruti Suzuki Swift car.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Will you say the design is the same for both?
No.
Why?
No, sir.
Why?
Because appearance of them will be same.
Appearance is the
But
same.
the working process will be different.
Is the appearance same? Will you get confused between an Alto car and a Swift car when you see it?
Yes, sir. But there will be some additional things will be added in that now, sir.
No. There is a Alto car parked in the parking lot of the school. Next to
Okay,
it,
sir.
there is a Swift car.
Okay, sir.
When you say this is an Alto car and this is a Swift car, can you say that?
No, sir.
இதுதான் ஆல்டோ கார் இதுதான் ஸ்விஃப்ட் கார் உங்களால கண்டுபிடிக்க முடியுமா?
Sir.
சொல்ல முடியுமா உங்களால?
Sir.
சொல்லுவீங்க. Why? How can you say that? How are you able to identify that this is a Alto car or this is a Swift car? You are looking at the shape of the car, no? Our external shape, no?
Yes, sir.
So the external shape of the Swift car is different from the Alto car.
Yes, sir.
So even if you are shown, even if somebody shows you not the complete car, but they take you to the Maruti Suzuki factory, and anga vandu you see just the body of an Alto car and the body of the Swift car, which is just the outer body. Even then you will be able to say this is a Swift Oda body, this is Alto's body. You will say that, no? Can you say that or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Why you are saying that? Because they have a different shape or a different pattern.
Yes, sir. I have a doubt. If the car appearance of two cars are same, but their brands are different, means how we can find, sir?
What? Two cars? What? Brands are different. Yeah, that's what I'm coming to. That is what I'm going to explain to you. Okay. Now, suppose see, I don't know if you have. Yes. So when what happens is, I'll come to that question. I understand what you're saying. So ipo eppdinaka the Swift car or the designing eduthendinganaka, isn't it a unique design that no other car manufacturer has actually come up with that idea of design?
No, it's not a unique, sir, because it will be have some same appearance in them.
Wait. Tell me one other car that has the same appearance as the Swift car. You tell me one car. வேற இன்னொரு கார் சொல்லுங்க, ஸ்விஃப்ட் மாதிரியே இருக்கிற மாதிரி இன்னொரு கார் சொல்லுங்க எனக்கு. You want Swift cars? That Swift car shape is a very unique shape. Okay. But can you tell me, on the other hand, I'll ask you one more question. On the other hand, if you look at, for example, Maruti 800 and a Maruti Alto and a Hyundai Santro, can you say that their design is the same? Anybody wants to answer? Only appearance I'm talking. நான் உள்ள இருக்கிற இன்ஜின், சீட்டிங் அத பத்திலாம் நான் ஒண்ணுமே பேசல. நான் வெறும் அப்பியரன்ஸ் வச்சிருந்தீங்கன்னாக்கா மாருதி ஸ்விஃப்ட் மாதிரி இன்னொரு கார் யாரான்னு பாத்திருக்கீங்களா? இல்லையா? You have not seen, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this shaping that you give, this shape is called a design. In many companies, design also becomes a very important feature. And the design kuda copy panna kudadu. This
Okay,
typically will
sir.
come up in products like in the automobile industry. Number one. Number two, என்ன வரும்னாக்கா இப்போ நீங்க வந்து டிசைன் எடுத்துட்டீங்கன்னாக்கா if you take all this fashion industry, all this
Yes, sir.
tailoring, then new dresses and all that, that is all part of a design.
Yes,
So
sir.
you can create a new design and you can register it, and this registration will be valid for 15 years. Until then, nobody should use your design. Only you can use it.
Sir, after 15 years, they can use their design also.
Anybody can use it.
Sir, but the unique design will be.
Yes.
Sir, but the first design will be for only the company who invented, no, sir?
Yes.
Registered, no?
Yes, it will be correct. It will be that only. It will be the company that is thing. So the design. So you're designing, let us say, a new cycle, new type of cycle, which you can
Sir.
buy.
Sir, if we want this design before 15 years, means whether we have to ask permission or whether
you have to pay. You have to pay for it.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
So but what you cannot do is you cannot go and let's say you write a new story. Your story, you will register it for copyright. You cannot register that story for design. You got it?
Okay,
no?
Sir. Yes, sir.
That is the difference.
Sir, whether if the design is registered and if other company need that design, means whether we can use that before 15 years.
Yes, you have to pay for it then.
Okay, sir.
Ellame you have to take permission and you have to pay. So see, if you look at it, all these, even a design is a new idea, no?
Yes, sir.
So உங்களோட ஐடியாவை நான் யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கணும்னாக்கா நான் உங்களுக்கு பே பண்ணணும். That is logical,
okay,
no?
Yes, sir.
உங்களோட புது ப்ராடக்ட் பேட்டன்ட் பண்ணீங்கன்னாக்கா நான் லைசென்ஸ் பண்ணி வாங்கிக்கணும். Otherwise I have to wait for 20 years. If for your product, if you put a new trademark and I want to use the trademark for another, இப்போ நான் வந்து நானும் அந்த Hyundai trademark யூஸ் பண்ணோம் எதுனாக்கா I have to, if I, for example, you take that trademark of, what is the trademark of iPhone? It is that eaten apple, no? Apple oda ஒரு சின்ன கடி கடிச்ச மாதிரி இருக்கும். That is the trademark of iPhone. If I want to use it for some, if I want to use the trademark for something, then I have to apply for
pay
a
for the
permission
and
pay for it. Because iPhone, if you look at that Apple logo, that Apple's logo has been the logo for more than 20 years. So that means they are renewing it every 10 years. They haven't changed it, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that is the trademark part. Now when you come to the design part of the iPhone's design is very unique. Now if I want to copy the design for this thing, I have to either wait for 15 years or I have to have an agreement with Apple and pay for it. Now after 15 years is over, iPhone 3 up into 2008 la vandadu. Now it is by the time. So iPhone 3 is designed, if one of us wants to use it from 2008, 15 years, in 2023 we can use it freely.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now
yes,
A.R. Rahman's, now you have A.R. Rahman and Ilayaraja. They have scored a music. Now if you want to use their music, you have to wait for how many years before you can use it freely?
60 years.
Why 60? Because
it's a copyright.
Yes. So but if I want to use it before 60 years, what should I do? I have to pay a
We
fee.
have to
I have to take
ask permission and
Sense.
we have to pay for that.
Exactly. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
this is what I wanted to share with you all in terms of what it is. இப்போ வந்து when you as you move, get promoted from one class to the other, you should
Sir,
get
your voice is breaking.
aware of. Is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you should be aware of what you can and must do with your new ideas or new products and things like that. So this is more like letting you know that in the madri pudu idea, pudu design, புதுசா ஒரு poem இல்ல music அந்த மாதிரி இருந்ததுனாக்கா these are the ways in which you can protect the idea from being copied, and if somebody wants to use your idea or your product, they can do it with your permission and after paying you a fee.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so this is what I
Okay.
wanted to actually share with you all in the call today. Do you have any questions, anything?
No doubt, sir.
No doubt. So far you got a clear picture broadly of what these three mean, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
good. Very good. Very good. So I thank you for your time and your patience, and it was it was really interactive. I really liked it that you had so many
Thank you, sir.
questions and you wanted to clarify all your doubts. So if you have
Thank you,
any
sir.
further doubts, you can always reach out to madam and then we can arrange for another session. I'll now hand the microphone to Madam Devi Anusuya because she wants to make an announcement for a specific event that's going to happen next week. Madam.
Sir, Rajesh Kumar, sir. Madam.
Rajesh,
Yes,
please. Chalunga.
Yes, sir.
So there is going to be an event that Anusuya Madam was mentioning.
Yes, sir.
So would you want to announce that? She was saying she wanted to make that announce. So there is an art competition where the last date for submission is the 2nd of May via Google Forms. And this art competition, the theme is creativity and innovation for the community.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That is
So,
announcement.
so Rajesh, if you have anything additional to say about it, solidunga, then you can take it forward.
No, sir. That's enough, sir.
Okay, fine.
Okay,
Fine.
sir.
Great. It was as usual a pleasure to be in touch with all of you. I hope I've been able to share some very broad highlights of what IPR is and the components of IPR basically. The idea of ATL anyway is to create this general awareness with everyone. So tomorrow neenga vande vera school pasangaloda been pesinaka kuda, you should be able to tell them, hey, pudu idea naka indha mari lam pannalam appdi pannalam. You should also share information.
Okay, sir.
When you have a good idea, a new idea, you should go back and make use of these so that your idea is
Will be protected.
is protected, and at the same time it also benefits everybody. Okay,
Okay, sir.
fine. Thank you very much, everybody. See you
Thank you,
again
sir.
another
Sir,
time.
thank you, sir. Thank you for
Thank you,
sharing such an amazing session, sir.
Oh, thanks a lot. Yeah,
Yes, sir. Sure, sir. Very nice session, sir.
thank you.